Hanging up, she looked down at me with a cruel smirk, pressing her bare foot against my head. Ethan, you ruined my wedding and shredded my gown. If you admit fault now, I might even give you a discount on the compensation. Blood trickled down my forehead, mixing with the dirt on the hotel driveway as Sophia's foot pressed harder against my skull. Crowd's laughter faded into a buzz of anticipation. They were waiting for Daniel Carter to arrive, to put the deranged pauper in his place. But beneath the pain and the humiliation, a cold fire burned in my chest. I had no idea who they were dealing with, not anymore. Admit it, Sophia hissed, grinding her heel into my temple. Admit you're jealous. Admit you lied about my past. Admit you're nothing but a worthless loser. I spat blood onto the concrete, my voice hoarse but unyielding. I admit you're a fool. And so is every single person here. Before she could respond, the sound of sirens cut through the air. Panic flashed across Sophia's face. She thought Daniel would arrive first, that his name would scare the police away. But the squad cars pulled up moments later, red and blue lights, painting the crowd in a chaotic glow. Police stepped away from the man. An officer shouted, drawing his gun. Sophia stumbled back, her hands raised in feigned innocence. Officers, it's not what it looks like. He attacked me. He's my ex-boyfriend. He's obsessed with me. He tore my wedding dress and tried to assault me. The classmates who beat me quickly scattered, but several were already being cuffed. The officers knelt beside me, helping me to my feet. My ribs ached, my face throbbed, and my peccary, the $20 million limited edition masterpiece, Saturday nearby, its windows shattered, its paint scratched beyond repair. But I didn't care about the car, not anymore. Sir, can you identify your attackers? The officers asked, pulling out a notepad. I nodded, my gaze sweeping over Sophia and the remaining onlookers, every single one of them, especially her. I pointed at Sophia, who paled. She incited the assault. She ordered them to beat me, to destroy my property. The officers raised an eyebrow. Your property, that peccary? Yes, it's registered in my name, Ethan Carter. Recognition flickered across the officer's face. The Carter Group was a household name in New York. Even if Daniel had run it into the ground, my name was still tied to its overseas success. And Mr. Carter, he said, his tone shifting from suspicion to respect, we'll handle this. Please let the paramedics check you out. As the paramedics tended to my injuries, a black limousine screeched to a halt at the hotel entrance. Daniel Carter stepped out, tall, arrogant, his tailored suit wrinkled from rushing. His eyes locked onto Sophia, and he rushed to her side. Baby, are you okay? He asked, ignoring me completely. I got your call. Who dared to hurt you? Sophia threw herself into his arms, sobbing dramatically. It's Ethan, he's crazy. He came here to ruin our wedding. He tore my dress. He lied about me having sugar daddies. Daniel's head snapped toward me, his face turning red with rage. Ethan, what the hell are you doing here? I told you to stay away from my family. I left. A bitter, painful sound. Your family, Daniel. You wouldn't have a family fortune to squander if it weren't for me. The Carter Group's overseas profits, once keeping your little empire afloat. That's all me. You've run the New York division into the ground, losing billions in market value, but you're too busy buying diamond-studded Porsches for gold diggers to notice. Daniel's jaw tightened. You're lying. The company's fine, is it? I said, pulling a USB drive from my pocket, one I kept on me at all times, knowing this day might come. Have every financial report, every audit, every email proving you've been embezzling funds to pay for your lavish lifestyle. You've been cooking the books for years, Daniel. And when the board finds out, shut up. You were lunging toward me. The officers stepped between us, holding him back. Sir, calm down. One officer said, we're already investigating the assault. If a Mr. Carter has evidence of financial misconduct, he can file a report with the SEC. Daniel's face turned pale. He knew I was telling the truth. He'd been stealing from the company for years. He'd gotten away with it because Margaret, our stepmother, had covered for him. But Margaret was losing her grip on the board, and my overseas success had made me a favorite among the shareholders. Sophia stared at Daniel, confusion and fear in her eyes. Embezzling? What's he talking about, honey? Daniel ignored her, his gaze fixed on me. You think you can take over the company? You're nothing but a bastard son. Margaret never should have let you back in. The crowd gasped. No one knew the truth about my parentage. That I was the legitimate heir. That my father had cheated on my mother with Margaret. That Margaret had manipulated my father into casting me out. But I kept that secret for years, biding my time. Bastard son, I said, my voice cold. If anyone's a bastard, it's you. My father married my mother first. Margaret was the mistress. She tricked him into divorcing my mother, then lied about my birthright. You've been living my life, Daniel, enjoying the wealth that should have been mine. But that ends today. The wedding crushed truth unveiled. The commotion had drawn a crowd. Hotel guests, reporters, even members of the Carter family, who had arrived early for the wedding. Margaret pushed her way through the crowd, her face twisted with fury. Ethan, what are you doing? You're ruining everything, she shouted. Ruining everything, I said. I'm exposing the truth. Daniel's embezzling. Sophia's a liar, who's been sleeping with sugar daddies for years. And you, I turned to Margaret, my gaze sharp as a knife. You've been covering for Daniel's crimes, manipulating the board, and trying to erase my existence. Since the day you slithered into my father's life, you threw me out of my own home, made me work my way up from the bottom, and sent me overseas to keep me out of the way. But you forgot one thing. I'm a Carter, and Carters don't stay down forever. Margaret's face turned ashen. You have no proof. I have proof, I said, nodding at the officers holding the USB drive. And I have witnesses. Former employees who were fired for trying to expose Daniel's theft. Members of the board who've been suspicious of the company's finances. Even my father. I paused, a pale lip crossing my face. Before he died, he told me the truth. He told me he regretted choosing you over my mother, that he regretted disowning me. He gave me power of attorney over his shares in the company, shares that make me the majority shareholder. The crowd erupted. Margaret stumbled back, clutching her chest. No, he wouldn't do that. He loved me, he pitied you, I said, and he was ashamed of what he'd done to me, but it's delayed for apologies. The board meets tomorrow. They'll see the evidence. They'll remove Daniel from his position, and they'll vote me in as CEO, and then I'm cleaning house. Sophia stared at Daniel, horror in her eyes. Is it true? Are you embezzling? Is the company going to fail? Daniel grabbed her arm. arm his grip tight. Don't be stupid, we're fine. Once we're married you'll be a Carter. You'll have all the money you want. Sophia could see the truth in his eyes. She married him for his money, his status, his last name. And now it was all falling apart. You lied to me, she said, pulling her arm away. You're not rich, you're a thief. I'm not marrying you. She turned to run, but I blocked her path. Where do you think you're going, Sophia?